Welcome to our lecture online. In the previous video we saw some simple examples of how you solve an equation that includes an absolute value sign. And so here we have a couple of examples that are a little bit more challenging, and at least it tells you how to approach these types of problems. So first, on the left side we have the absolute value of 2x, and then minus 3 on the outside equals 5. So what you want to do is you want to move everything that does not include an absolute value sign to the right and keep what's inside the absolute value sign on the left. So this then would turn into something like this. The absolute value sign of 2x, or the absolute value of 2x, is equal to 5 plus 3. When we move the negative 3 to the right side, it becomes a positive 3. So the absolute value of 2x is equal to 8. And now you can solve it exactly the way we did it in the previous video. We're going to take what's inside the absolute value sign and set it equal to the positive and the negative value of 8. So this becomes 2x equals positive 8, or another solution would be 2x equals negative 8. And that comes from the absolute value, because this can be a negative 8. It's still equal to 8 because we're going to take the absolute value sign of that. Now we're going to solve these two equations. So we divide both sides by 2. We get x is equal to 4 as our first solution. And over here we have, when we divide both sides by 2, x is equal to negative 4. And both of those should satisfy this initial equation. So let's check and see if that's indeed correct. So we plug in a 4 over here and see what we get. The absolute value of 2 times 4 minus 3, is that equal to 5, question mark? And sure enough, when we take the absolute value of 8, we should get simply 8. So yes, indeed, 8 minus 3 is indeed 5. So that checks out. Now let's try the other solution. So we have the absolute value of 2 times a negative 4 minus 3, is that equal to 5, question mark? And that would be the absolute value of negative 8 minus 3 is equal to 5, question mark? And so you can see that this would become a positive 8, because the absolute value of a negative number is a positive number. Minus 3 equals 5, so 5 equals 5. And sure enough, both of those solutions do the trick. What about the one on the right? What do we do there? Well, since everything is already separated, we have a positive 4 on the right, and everything else inside the absolute value signs is on the left. We can then say that 3x minus 1 equals a positive 4, or 3x minus 1 equals a negative 4. And then we solve each of those two equations to find what x is equal to. So first we move the negative 1 across. We get 3x is equal to 4 plus 1, or 3x equals 5. And divide both sides by 3. We get x is equal to 5 over 3. It can also be this. We move the negative 1 across. We get 3x equals negative 4 plus 1, or 3x equals negative 3. Divide both sides by 3, and I get x is equal to a negative 1. Both of those should satisfy that initial equation. Let's try it out. So we have the absolute value of 3 times 5 over 3 minus 1. Is that equal to 4, question mark? Here the 3's cancel out, so we have the absolute value of 5 minus 1 equals 4, question mark? And sure enough, the absolute value of 4 equals 4. We know that to be correct. And then on the other possible solution, we have 3 times negative 1 minus 1. Is that equal to 4? And so this gives us minus 3 minus 1 equals 4. And of course, since that's inside the absolute value signs, you can see minus 4, take the absolute value of that, is indeed equal to 4. They both check out, and so we have the two solutions for our two equations. And again, that's how we do that. Simply move anything that is not inside the absolute value sign to the other side of the equation, and then set what's inside the absolute value sign equal to the positive or negative value of what we see on the right. And that's how it's done.